Hello, Steve. How are you? Good to see you virtually here on video. Sorry this took so long to get to you. I had a little inadvertent upgrade to Windows 10 on my computer, the laptop that I use for doing these analysis, and boy, it really got me. It caused me a lot of difficulty and problems over the course of the last week, and so but I finally got everything back working to the point where I can get these video analyses done and out. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully, we're getting together tomorrow. I haven't heard back from you for my last text, but we shall see. At any rate, in the meantime, take a look at these videos here that we shot the last time, and we'll analyze a little bit, talk about what we worked on and what we're going to work on. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at your swing the way it was when you first came out, and we'll look at it from the straight-on view, which is called the caddy view, and from the view from in back, which is called the down-the-line view. And well, I'll first just play it in slow-mo and let you watch it, and then I'll draw some lines and do some analysis of the swings, and then we'll get into the lesson that we did. So this is the caddy view, and this is what your swing looked like when we first started. So as we discussed, there's a lot of good parts to that swing and some that we'd like to fix for more consistency and more distance, and I'll show you what those are as we go through. Now this is the down the line version of the same swing. Well, not the same swing, but so that's the down the line version. One thing you notice about both of them, of course, is what we anticipated was that they're pretty fast, even for slow motion, and there's a lot of moving parts that maybe are adding to the inconsistency of the ball striking. So let's take a look at what we mean by some of that here. First of all, I'm going to play this caddy view, and we're going to put a little cage around you here so that we can see how much your body moves during the swing. This is one part that most people have much more problem with than you do, but if we put this centered right on your head here, like that, let's see what happens during the course of the swing. This is see the way your head is staying steady. That's very good. I mean, that's really good. Most people are over here by now. So that's one part that's really strong. Although you can see now how much it's moving down. Most people move off this way. You have a tendency to move down, but we can fix that. We can fix that. Because once you get down there, look, your head stays right in almost exactly the same spot. It's slightly down and slightly back of where you originally start. So we're going to try and get your setup to the point where your head is in the place where it naturally goes to during your swing, and so that you'll be able to keep it there. It's very important to keep this upper center, or usually referred to as your head. The upper center is actually your thorax, your Adam's apple, but it's very important to keep that steady during the swing and swing around to keep it as steady as possible. That's what creates an arc that you can predict where it's going to hit the ground. If you start moving up and down, that changes the arc. The whole time you're moving, it changes the length of the swing in terms of its altitude from the ground, and that's what causes fat hits, thin hits, and all sorts of problems. So the more steady that you can keep that point during the swing, way better off you'll be. And then, of course, at impact, you can see at impact we have this what we call chicken wing effect here, where your hand and where you form kind of a angle here, and your elbow starts bending. That's usually because you've moved down so far. You're afraid, your body is afraid of that club crashing into the ground, so it automatically bends that elbow so that it knows how painful it's going to be if the club hits the ground. So it bends. It's a automatic response from your body. You can see when we get to here, it's even worse, like that. So it went from, I'm going to take there. So, and then here, it's really gotten out of control. So, that's the stages that you go through at and right after impact, and that's really taking a lot of power out of your swing. You're going to get so many more yards when we fix that. It'll be amazing to you, I'm sure. And to see how far back your head is from where it started. So, so those are things we're going to work on. At this point, these arms should be straight out this way. Both arms should be straight out this way. I'll show you how you actually did get that after we started the drill. So you started getting it a little bit, and I'll bet that's a lot of what had to do with the way how good you played the next time you went out. So let me get rid of some of these lines here and move it. I'm going to move it back right to impact position here. To impact position. So there. Now, on this side, let's take a look at from down the line. I'm going to draw a couple lines here. One is just from the ball up through the hands here, and that should go right through your waist, which it does. And then we'll draw another one that goes right up through your shoulders here. And this is really considered, in most circles of golf instructions, considered the arc in which your swing ought to take place as you go through the process of the backswing and the through swing. So let's see what happens here. So your hands stay nicely inside there. You might notice your club here very, very closed. You see it's actually pointing at the ground over here, even behind the ball. This club at this point, we'll work on it exactly where it should be, but this should be much more open at this point. The club should stay on a line that's perpendicular to the arc of the club. So that would be ideal. You can see how closed it is here. It's pointed straight down over here. So, but your hands do stay in the envelope there that we drew. This is very nice in here. Actually, this second part of the swing, I love the way you have your hand at this point a little bowed out, and then the club actually does come a little bit from the inside. Although at the point it gets to the ball, it's actually coming over the top. You see, it's pointing this way, and that's which way the ball goes, obviously, out to the left. And you can't see the chicken wing from this side, but we know that it's taking place at that point. And you can, your hands barely make it visible up over your shoulder because your arms are so bent. We should see those hands up here somewhere in this portion of the swing. So we'll work on those things. Now the other thing I wanted to show you here is, first of all, I'm going to draw this. We'll draw a little box around your head here, like so, so that we can see how you move your head vertically. All right, so you see how this club, if you drew an arc, it would come back in here somewhere, as opposed to, you see how you're lifting it up and it's staying out here. This is very uncomfortable to me. This is the club should be pointed right at us at this point, not out over here. So we're going to work on that. And at this point, you see this move, look at your head. So you get to here, and then, whoa, that's a big move. That's a big move. And also, you notice that at this point, your left knee hasn't bent at all during the backswing. So your left knee, your whole lower body is actually very, very quiet during the backswing. That's a lot of power. These are your big muscles. That's a lot of power. You do generate a lot of power on a downswing because you start moving that right knee forward and turning your hips. That's all very nice, but you could do it from a more athletic position, and we talked about that, and you actually got a little of that later on in the lesson. But where you spread your legs apart a little bit and took more of an athletic posture, and so this backswing needs a lot of work, but we'll get to that. And coming up like this and then dropping the club, you see the way this whole movement of transition here. This going up, and then you see the way that whole club changed from this, look at this, to that. This is very difficult to repeat every time. And as you know, I'm all about getting rid of the inconsistencies in the swing that are difficult to repeat. So if you don't hit 1,000 balls a day, it's very difficult to repeat that exactly the same way every time. So it would be better if, look at this, if we made this your backswing, then the downswing, look how much simpler that looks. See how smooth that is? So as opposed to this with that move in here. So all I'm doing is I'm playing backwards now and then back down. So I'm simulating a backswing that would be the same as the downswing, and it just makes it so much easier to repeat. Now, there's still no body movement in that backswing, but look at your head. Your head stays still if you start there. So we're going to work on the setup position a lot so that you don't have to go through all those movements to get to your impact position, which is here. And impact position is you're good at impact. So and that drill really helped, as you'll see pretty soon. In fact, let's take a look at the drill right now. The first thing we worked on the drill was this situation here, where your left wrist breaks down and your left arm breaks down into the chicken wing. So we'll take these lines out of here, and we're going to bring in this video of this when we use the smash bag. And the smash bag, as you remember, is a way to train you to keep that left arm, this left wrist, straight, as opposed to letting it break down like this. So in this case, we get into our little drill position, which is where the hips are bumped forward. This is like where we're simulating the impact position, and then take a very little small backswing here. Hello, are we working? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so sorry about that. Computer's acting up a little bit. All right, so this is the drill for the impact bag. Take it back, and then boom. Now look at the difference here. Look at that. So this is the correct way. This is both arms straight, left wrist straight, boom, into the impact bag. as opposed to this. Over here. I mean, come on. This is pretty significant change here, right? And look at the point of impact even. Look at that. How beautiful this whole left side is right there. A straight line, basically. Look at that. Fabulous. This wrist in front of this line, in front of the club head, is really, really an important concept to learn. This is going to give you so much more power than this weak move over here. Okay? So, so we then, I showed you then what it was like just when the ball got in the way here, and watch what happens. If you concentrate on this position past the ball, post impact, every great player gets to a position post impact where their hands are still in front of the club head, even though the ball is already gone. So, come on, computer, don't fail me now. Come on. As you can see, the computer is taking its sweet time here. There we go. It's trying to do something. I hope it's still recording. Alright, so here we go. Alright. So now I'm telling you to concentrate on that smash bag. Forget about the ball and just look at that. Look at that great impact position of the ball now. Look at that. You still, every time the ball gets in the way, you still have a tendency to flip that wrist just a little bit. But this is really good. This is really good. And so, and that looks great there compared to. So this is the way it's supposed to work. That's a golf swing there. All right. And then, so post impact, after we worked with this smash bag, I filmed you doing the drill again, and give it just a second here. I'm sorry for the delay. I thought I had this pretty much fixed, but it's still taking quite a while. Just trying to record at the same time. But this is the drill after we used the impact bag. This is what it started looking like. Your swing. So there you bump your hips forward. You're getting into the impact position, or what you're expecting the impact position to feel like when you do get there. And then we're just going to stay there and do the little drill. Come on, computer. Come on. Okay. Almost there. Alright, here we go. Watch this now. And look at that impact. Look at that impact. Now there you can see that that you are hitting a little bit behind the ball. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this line there. That's fabulous. Compared to this, you really got it. That's really great. So now the face was a little bit open, and at this point, and we talked about how to fix that with regripping by twisting the club and regripping, and then we let you loose onto a full swing or two, and you really cracked a couple of them. Although you went back to a pretty similar move in terms of your full swing, in terms of bending down and having your head make a drastic move from way up here to down here during the swing that you don't do in the drill. You notice if I put that cage around you in the drill right here, let's put it right at the beginning here. Now watch. Look at that, how steady that is. Huh? And it's not even moving down. It's not moving downward either. Look at that. That's what it's supposed to be like. A little pendulum. It's a little rocking forward there, but we'll get rid of that. Look at that though. And then boom, right into that. And then this position here. Another position here. Really nice, really nice. That's a little, we could still use these hands up just a little bit more, but look at, compared to over here, look at that. Look at that. That's a major difference there. Which one looks like the golfer? Which one would you rather be? I'd say that one. Okay, well, so I'm going to leave it at that right now because we're going to get back into working on some interesting dynamics on both sides of that little drill to get to the more into the full swing. But the impact we're going to keep coming back to. If you start going back to old habits where that wrist is cocked like it is over here, we're going to call you on that, and we're going to work on it every time. But I think that you're going to do really well at this point. So I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. I'll give you a call and see if we can arrange a time. Okay. Actually, I'm counting on 11:30, so let me know. Okay, bye.